The team finished second at the Big 12 championships, compiled a lot of points.
And my coach and I told him my freshman year, my goal here is to get a school record.
Notably, this is a loaded BYU track and field program, men's and women's.
Yes, it is, and the NCAA West preliminaries are in College Station, Texas, as we speak. Welcome back to BYU Sports Nation. Here I'm Jordan alongside Jason Shepard. We like having greatness on the program, do we not, Jason? So we're going to have the GOAT discus thrower in BYU women's track and field history on the program right now. She is #1 in that. Gretchen Hoekstre out of Seaside, Oregon is on the program live from College Station, Texas. Gretchen, how's it going?
So far, so good. This is my 4th time my senior year, and I am so excited to come in and just get everything I've got and end on a super high note.
So we noticed that you are inside right now. You are not outside. Is there any particular reason why that may be?
We are currently on about an hour and a half into a rain delay, or a lightning delay, sorry. And so after a lightning strike, you have to wait an hour before you can go back outside and be at the track. And so the plan was to do this there, but as that's no longer an option, we're doing it in the hotel lobby.
So you're telling me it's an issue to throw metal objects in lightning?
Yes, especially if you're trying to throw them high and far, that can kind of be an issue sometimes. So, yeah, so the people who are coming up with these rules are pretty smart.
Okay, so I know in this sport there is some downtime. So you have to come up with creative ways to kind of pass the time. When you're in a situation like this, what are you doing to pass the time as you're waiting for things to get back up and running?
Right now I am watching all of the Star Wars movies beginning to end. I'm currently in Revenge of the Sith. They just got out of the lava. So very fun.
Wow.
Stay till the end. It's really good.
Okay, I will, just in case, just make sure I don't miss anything. And we play board games, sit in a hotel, especially when it's hot and humid like it is in College Station. You have to stay out of the heat, out of the sun, and to keep any amount of energy, especially if you're competing like on Saturday or Friday.
Does humidity affect your ability to throw effectively, to grip? How does that change things?
It does. I didn't think that it was going to be that big of a deal until my freshman year. Regionals was also at College Station, and the disc slipped out of my hand twice. So I used chalk on my hands and then on my neck when I throw the shot put as well. Do
you do the LeBron thing where you kind of blow it in the air before you throw, or?
So sometimes I'll call my shot. I like the Babe Ruth thing.
Oh, nice.
Do the point.
Let's go. Well, it's headed that direction anyways. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So either way, it'll go that way. And it looks cool if it works.
Okay, so take me through the mechanics, whether it's discus, shot put, because obviously you would think that it's all upper body. But is that in fact true, or is it all about the lower body that sets everything else up?
I would say it's a lot more about the lower body. So I squat over 500 pounds. And so
Sorry, what?
I squat over 500 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of power development and strength and being able to create power from the ground up and being able to put it through the actual implement. When you're younger, upper body strength is fine. Once you get to about a certain level, if your legs and core aren't strong enough to take it, you just get injured and then your body can't take it as much. So I think lifting for a thrower is a lot about yes, being strong and explosive, but also about keeping your body from being torn apart by the amount of force that you're putting through your back.
Her name is Gretchen Hoekstre, and she can squat more than anyone watching this can. She is awesome at that. Okay, last year you set the school record in the NCAA preliminaries. Are you feeling like you can do it again?
I am. So I'm currently injured. I have a tear in my forearm.
Sorry.
But I've had, obviously at Big 12s, I took second. I was a runner-up. I've had some really good positions that I've been in. I'm super excited about these next few throws because I really think that I could hit some pretty big marks and do some pretty cool things over these next couple days.
So wait, you're doing this injured?
Yes. Yeah. So I threw that mark at Big 12s with a tear in my forearm.
What?
Yeah.
How is
That's incredible.
Honestly, physically, how is that possible?
So I use it's kind of a splint thing. The football trainers offered it to me. And it's a 3D printed splint that you put from here to here on your hand. and it keeps this finger, because this is where the tear is, like down here in my forearm. It keeps this from hyperextending to super far back. And so the pain is like at a 6 instead of at like a 9.
Are you in pain right now as we speak?
No, it's not too bad. Not with this on. This is fine. Yeah.
And when you watch Star Wars and you watched, you know, Anakin in the lava, you're like, I can do it.
I was like, dang, if he can do it, I can do it. Except maybe I don't want to be like,
yeah, maybe not. You're not yelling,
no.
I hate you to everybody.
You need, Gretchen, you need to make sure that you always have the high ground.
Exactly. Yes, you get it. You get it.
You get it. Oh, Gretchen. Okay, Seaside, Oregon. My wife's from Portland. I lived in Portland as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Seaside's not a hotbed of, you know, I don't know, discus throwers. Like, how'd you get into this? Obviously, Oregon loves track and field. But how'd you get into this, and how'd you make your way to BYU?
So the sprints coach at my high school was also the weightlifting coach. And so when you're at a small school, everybody does everything. And so I had a falling out with my softball coach, my sophomore year in high school. And my lifting coach was like, hey, just like come try throwing. And I was like, that's a stupid sport. I'm going to throw 3 times and I'm done. That's done. And she goes, I just want 1 practice. That's it. That's all I ask. And so I went and I totally fell in love with it. And then I had a coach at a track meet come up to me and say like, hey, like you could do this in college. And I was like, there's no way. And then I started receiving letters. And when I took a visit to BYU, I really like just had that feeling like this is where I belong. These are the people I want to be around. This is the environment that I want to be involved in. And the amount of support that you have in this program is incredible. The amount of love and really just there's anybody who has seen you want you to have success and knows about your journey and all of those things. And I've just really, really fell in love with the program.
Was it true that you're a first-generation college student in your family?
Yes.
So you add
that,
you add that layer onto it, and what an accomplishment that not that it's done, but that you continue to do what you're doing.
Yeah. No, so I'm the first person with my last name to have a college degree.
Wow.
And I grew up with parents who said, you're going to do everything, you're going to try it all, and we'll support you 100% through it. My parents are my biggest support system. My grandparents, I have an uncle who had never watched a track meet in his life, and he'll text me like, hey, how did Valerie Ullman do at this world championship meet and all these things? Because I just have this incredible support system now. And it really, like, growing up and kind of coming through developing in this sport, there was a lot of like, oh, I don't belong here. I'm not supposed to be here. But really, like, with the amount of success that I've had over the last couple of years, I'm getting to the point that I really feel like this is everything that I was supposed to do. This is the position that God put me in, and He allowed me to create these connections and build these beautiful relationships through this sport that I fall in love with.
Gretchen, you belong here.
Yes.
And you've done great work, and you still have work to do. Congratulations on everything. We look forward to seeing how you do in the preliminaries and then, of course, at the NCAA championships. Thanks for the time and best of luck.
Thank you so much,
Gretchen.
Bye.
Gretchen, she's got the high ground. That was great.
She does.
That was great.
That was fantastic.